Thank you, dear students. As the faculty in charge of the Center for Innovation, it gives me great joy to now invite our Honorable Vice President, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, to commence this August ceremony by unveiling the plaque and inaugurating this facility. I now invite Professor Mahesh Panchagnula, our Dean of Alumni and Corporate Relations at IIT Madras, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning. The Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Dr. Sudesh Dhankar ji, Minister in the Tamil Nadu Cabinet, Thiru Ponmudi avargal, our dear friend and distinguished alumnus of IIT Madras, Shri V. Shankar, my dear alumni, faculty and friends and students. It is my distinct honor and delight to welcome the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji and Dr. Sudesh Dhankar ji to the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, on this momentous occasion of inaugurating the new Center for Innovation facility. The Center for Innovation is a facility run by the students, run for the students, and of the students. The establishment of this center is in itself a great story of how current and past students can come together to build institutions for future students. Institutions that endure, that create value for society and do good to mankind. What was conceived during the Silver Jubilee reunion of the class of 1981 in 2006 has now grown to create dozens of startups, has trained thousands of entrepreneurs and students to become technology leaders of the country. Founders of companies like Aether Energy, which is today leading the electric vehicle revolution in India, found their footing and calling in CFI as young students. The newly expanded Center for Innovation is a testament to our commitment to create spaces for our students where they can grow outside the classroom. This facility will be equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, including a design studio, prototyping lab, and a maker space. These resources will enable our students to bring their creative ideas to life, promote cross-disciplinary interaction, and encourage entrepreneurial spirit in them. This will be a hub of creativity and innovation for our students, where they can experiment, learn, and grow. The students who pass through this center will go on to make significant contributions to their fields and society as a whole. Today we are assembled here to inaugurate this newly expanded facility of the Center for Innovation, which is a result of a generous gift by Srimati Sudha and Shri V. Shankar. While CFI will continue to better the high watermark for student innovation in the country, this facility shall also be an enduring reminder of how alumni can and should help co-ideate, co-create, and leave a better IIT Madras for the future generations of students to come. We are honored that the Honorable Vice President of India and Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji have today made time to come to inaugurate this center. Your presence here today, sir, is a testament to the importance you place to research, education, and innovation in this country. Your leadership and guidance will inspire generations of students who will walk through this facility. Once again, thank you, sir, and we look forward to your continued support and guidance. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you for that stirring welcome, Professor Mahesh. I now invite our Director, Professor V. Kamakoti, to address the gathering.
The Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Jagdeep Dhankarji, spouse of Honorable Vice President Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji, Honorable Thiru Ponmudi Avargal, Minister for Higher Education, Government of Tamil Nadu, Sri V. Shankar, benefactor of the new Center for Innovation facility, respected dignitaries, friends from the media, IIT Madras staff and faculty, and my dear students. Today, we all at IIT Madras feel extremely privileged and honored in being selected as the first destination on our Honorable Vice President's first visit to the state of Tamil Nadu after assuming office. Thank you very much, sir. IIT Madras was established in 1959 by Government of India as an institute of national importance. Over the last 64 years, she has grown in strength and stature. IIT Madras has been recognized as an institute of eminence by Government of India in 2019. The activities of the institute in various fields of humanities, science, technology, and management are carried out through 17 academic departments and several advanced interdisciplinary research academic centers. The institute offers undergraduate and postgraduate programs leading to BTech, MA, MSc, MBA, MTech, MS, and PhD degrees in a variety of specializations. We have also introduced the BS Data Science offered through online media and effectively furthering the government initiatives to provide opportunity to the talented in Tier 2, Tier 3, and rural areas. We are a residential institute with more than 600 faculty and around 10,000 students. Students from 18 countries are currently enrolled here. We foster an active entrepreneurial culture with strong curricular support and through the IIT Madras Incubation Cell. IITM has been ranked number 1 in the overall category for the fourth consecutive year in India Ranking 2022, released by National Institutional Ranking Framework, Ministry of Education, Government of India. The institute has also been ranked number 1 in the engineering institutions category in the same rankings for 7 consecutive years since inception from 2016 to 2022. We are also adjudged as the top innovative institution in the country in Atal Ranking of Institutions on Innovation Achievements, ARIA, in 2019, 2020, and 2021. ARIA ranking was launched by the Innovation Cell of the Ministry of Education, Government of India. IIT Madras during the last 60 years, enabled by her culture of innovative problem solving, has been able to bring out solutions that have wider societal impact. To take this culture of innovation deeper into students, the class of 1981 in their Silver Jubilee reunion in 2006 conceptualized the Center for Innovation and seed funded the effort. The class created a small center that started functioning in 2008. During the last 14 years, this center has had a tremendous impact on both innovation and startup culture at IIT Madras. Nearly 6,000 students have benefited from learning various skills at the center, and approximately 1,000 student projects have been completed. In addition, about 50 startups can trace their roots back to the Center for Innovation. With a growing appetite in student community for innovation and entrepreneurial activities, this center needed major expansion to cater for current and future needs. Sri V. Shankar, founder of CAMPS and a distinguished alumnus of IIT Madras, has readily and graciously supported the expansion of the facilities of the center into what we are inaugurating today. The facility will be home to all the innovation facilities of IIT Madras, the Center for Innovation, Nirman, which is the IIT Madras pre-incubator, and the Gopalakrishnan Deshpande Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. We are certain that this expansion of CFI into its state-of-the-art facility will enable a greater flow of innovative ideas leading to startups and value creation for our country. CFI has 15 hobby clubs, 6 competition teams, and 4 teams providing support on branding and engagement, finance, project management, product design, web operations, and coding. Competition teams are working on futuristic and cutting-edge themes, including Hyperloop, electric vehicles for racing, solar-powered cars, autonomous ground vehicles, sounding rockets, and space rovers. Hobby clubs at CFI are dedicated to themes that students are passionate about, including astronomy, mathematics, analytics, bioinformatics, 3D printing, techno-art, and blockchain. CFI teams have won several national and international accolades, including representing India at global fora like the Hyperloop, Formula Europe and Formula Bharat, International Ground Vehicle Competition, Spaceport America, etc. The Honorable Supreme Court of India had been pushing for complete elimination of manual scavenging. Students trained at CFI through a startup incubated at IIT Madras have developed the HomoSep Robo, a solution for mechanizing septic tank cleaning and thereby eliminating manual scavenging. The system has been successfully tested over 20 panchayats across the country. I look forward for the same to be widely adopted by the government for total elimination of manual scavenging. I would once again like to thank one and all for your support and guidance and the confidence shared by our alumnus in supporting IIT Madras to continue in our path of excellence. It is indeed a great honor for us to have this new CFI being inaugurated by the Honorable Vice President of India. Jai Hind.
Thank you for your address, Professor Kamakoti. This brings us to the fulcrum of today's event. It is our great honor and joy to now invite our Honorable Vice President, Sri Jagdeep Dhankarji, to deliver the keynote address.
Very good morning, all of you. These days they count how many times you take a sip of water. Greetings to you all on National Science Day, celebrated to mark the discovery of Raman effect by Nobel laureate Sri C.V. Raman in 1928. For me, it is an occasion to be ever cherished. I have no doubt from this place I will go fully charged, fully energized, fully inspired, and fully motivated to be in service of our great land. Through Dr. K. Donmuthi, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, a modest man, but I have a deep connect with him. His son is a member of Parliament, so I'll be ever in touch with him. Thiru Professor V. Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras. I am captivated by him, I am stumped by him. Very simple, full of modesty and sublimity. One can mistake him for a research scholar. Look at him and you are in a different state of mind. It's a delightful moment that such a person happens to be director of this great institution. And he is director during Amrit Kal, 75th year of independence. And he, along with the faculty, will be creating those warriors who will shape the destiny of India in 2047. They are before me. His brief discourse justified everything which Shakespeare said. Brevity is the soul of wit. He conveyed everything. But one homework which I take from his discourse, and which I give to everyone here also, alumni is the spinal strength of any institution. Institutions grow on the shoulders of the alumni, their laurels, their contributions. I therefore appeal to everyone, and intelligentsia in particular, let us in this country have a mechanism for structured evolution of alumni in all institutions. Those alumni institutions will certainly take care of our nationalism, our economic nationalism, and our growth trajectory. Thiru Professor Mahesh Panchgunla, Director, Dean. Sir, you focused on this theme. Rightly so. I would want this great institution to take a lead in having a model platform for all alumni. And then let the alumni organizations not be isolated. We can have these alumni institutions confederation also. And trust me, Globe would not have seen a more penetrating think tank to change the world for the better. This is bound to happen. Thiru V. Shankar, benefactor, the new Center for Innovation facility. And Dr. Sudesh Dhankar, my wife. Friends, this inauguration carries a huge meaning. It indicates the changing ecosystem and the new profile that India is indicating to the world at large. This gathering before me represents both diverse India and spirit of India. There is energy, vibrancy, and positivity. I can read the destiny of India, and it will be ever on the rise. Let me share a small instance with you. When I started my legal profession in Rajasthan and had made some impactful presence, a law graduate from a village walked into my chamber. He came on a rickshaw. His name, Sri Jai Kishan Yogi. Now a very distinguished advocate of Rajasthan High Court, but came from a family that had a rich tradition of Sanskriti. He had never seen a town before. He started. And what a delightful moment for that great successful lawyer. His son, Khusdev Yogi, is a fourth semester civil engineering student at IIT Madras. His daughter, Isha Satyam, made an issue. I will go to IIT Madras, and is therefore MSc chemistry student, second semester. This is possible. Why? Because we have an ecosystem. By affirmative governmental policies that we are now enabled to fully exploit our talent and potential. And the kind of hiccups we faced in my generation are no longer there. The learned director had indicated about IIT Madras, number one in overall category. I wouldn't reflect on that. Number one in engineering institutions, an institute of excellence, top innovative institution in the country, in the Atal ranking of institutions. Its 620-acre campus is home to 432 species of plants and animals, 50 species of butterflies, and even the endangered black bug is found on the campus. Just a year ago, in 2022 July, you launched something unique, and that was out-of-the-box thinking online course. And in this country, the largest democracy, the mother of democracy, we need really to think out of the box for our solutions. And this out-of-the-box thinking through mathematics to encourage innovative thinking. And let me tell you, go to any part of the world, innovative thinking is in our DNA. We are the best in the world. We only have to activate it. And this is being activated in this institute. It is the epicenter for this most wholesome development. And the target is to reach 1 million school and college students. I have no doubt the target shall be attained. A reference was made to Sudha Gopal Krishna Brain Center. It is indeed an ambitious global project to map human brain. Again, I'll reflect. We have the best brain. Mapping the best brain will lead larger good for humanity. To map human brain at cellular and connectivity levels with focus on high-resolution brain imaging. No country in the world can make most, and no country in the world is more in need of artificial intelligence. I am so glad this institute has developed an instrument, a product that will put it on geometrical growth, and that is pivot that can predict cancer-causing gene mutations in an individual. On a lighter side, let us not have an instrument that can predict electoral outcome. That will cut into a sense of democracy. It does happen with some kinds of exit polls and people saying here and there. Let it be left to the people who are in the field. Friends, I would not reflect more on the IIT Madras. It is too well known. I will share the global scenario with you at the moment. Contemporaneous global scenario. India is a bright star, so hailed by everyone in the world. Amongst the developing nations, our economy is the brightest, without doubt. We are expected to grow many times more than the growth of US or European Union. What a great satisfaction for us in 2022 September. India became the world's fifth largest economy, and a greater satisfaction. And it has a special meaning for me because I was Governor State of West Bengal for 3 years. I was in that Raj Bhavan from where the Britishers ruled. So in September 2022, we overtook our erstwhile colonial rulers and became the fifth largest. I have no doubt. I have no doubt by turn of the decade, and everyone is voicing the same thing, same sentiment, we'll be the third largest economy in the world. And with warriors of 2047 before me, by that time we'll be at the peak, and no one can do otherwise. India's rise, friends, is unstoppable. It shall continue to be an incremental trajectory. And look at the global scenario, how stressful it is. Look in the south, look in the east, look in the west. Collapse. And India continues to rise like a plateau. That's our Bharat. A land of opportunity, a land of global destination for investment and opportunity. I don't want to reel out figures, you know them, where we have reached at the moment. When India speaks now, the world listens. Look at the two statements made by the India's Prime Minister. Visionary statements of a statesman. Last year he made a statement. India has never engaged in expansion, and this is not an era of expansion. This year the Prime Minister made a statement globally approved. War is not a solution to any problem. Problems in the world have to be resolved through dialogue and diplomacy, and therefore I repeat, when India speaks, the world listens. But friends, the best defense is your strategic preparedness. And one of the great facets of economic preparedness is economic nationalism. So defense preparedness, economic preparedness, but economic nationalism. Now, institutions like IIT are doing a great job in that. But we have to inspire and motivate our people to be little thoughtful and care for economic nationalism. Surely, दिवाली के दिए और पतंग बाहर से आनी चाहिए क्या? और पटाखे तो यहीं बन सकते हैं. I am focusing on that. I was elected to Parliament in 1989 and had the occasion to be a Union Minister. I can therefore tell you, we were running a government with 20 parties together. For 30 years thereafter, 89 onwards, for 30 years, the last one-party government was in 80s, mid-80s. For 3 decades, the government at the center was coalition government. But there was a watershed in 2014, a momentous development, a game changer in Indian politics, and the country came to have a single-party government after 3 decades. That was the time things started moving in a different direction qualitatively. The inclusive growth phenomenon caught up, and there was renewed vindication of the electoral faith in 2019. The blueprint of growth of India is no longer on paper. It is on ground. It is being executed. If we go by Global Innovation Index, we have jumped by 40 positions. And this is reflected in research and filing of patents, of which this institute is more aware than anyone else. India has the 3rd largest startup ecosystem with over 80,000 startups and third highest unicorns in the world. And last year, we were the highest in this category. Friends, let me tell you, growth in the world sometimes is pyramidal. That is, the urban centers have a benefit of growth. In our country, the growth has reached down to the villages. Those of the districts that were lagging behind, the aspirational districts, where the district magistrate used to avoid posting, are favorite posting destinations now, thanks to the development that has taken place. I'm extremely happy and satisfied to note a credible performance by IIT Madras. Indian resurgence is being led by it, with its incubation cell hosting more than 300 startups with a collective valuation of nearly rupees 40,000 crores. Glad to learn that all these successes began at the humble student-led Center for Innovation, Tinker Lab. This has changed the attitude of young IITians from being job seekers to job creators in the country. I can tell you, friends, we look at the corporate excellence and that Indians are at the top. That is incomplete story. We are top in the platinum category, which is beyond the corporate heads. And that is owing to the success of faculty members like the director, who think in the future, who are visionaries, who translate their dreams and aspirations for welfare of the nation through you young minds. So, I am before whom I call as warriors of 2047. Some of us will be around to see what you will be doing and performing, and the world will be watching in a stunned appreciation. Some of us may not be here, but I can say with confidence, no young human resource in the world can compete with Indian minds, and I have the best before me at the moment. I am reminded by a slogan popularized in the 19th century by Swami Vivekananda. I belong to a district, Jhunjhunu in Rajasthan, where Swamiji had the occasion to work. And I was governor state of West Bengal, where Swamiji made impactful situations. And been to Chicago along with my wife, Dr. Sudesh, where Swamiji rendered that address to the world, which immortalized our civilization and Swamiji both. The message of Swamiji, I quote, "Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached," unquote. As a matter of fact, this is not a slogan originating from the thought process of Swamiji. This slogan is embedded in our civilizational ethos. If you trace its origin, you'll find it is in Kat Upanishad. Those of you who are keen to read about it, 1.3.14. I would appeal to all young minds, do spare some time to have first a physical look at Upanishads. Wherever I have been and come across the student category, they are enthused by the name Upanishad, but have not had the benefit to see it physically. I would appeal to all of you, get Upanishads. It will sharpen your brain and help you achieve affirmatively for larger welfare of the society. Friends, I sometimes get worried. Why don't we see the writing on the wall? Why do we allow some voices that dent our system, tarnish our democracy, run down our success. We must take pride in being Indians. We must be proud of our accomplishments. The world is appreciating, and some of us are questioning. India is the largest democracy and mother of democracy on earth. I dare say without fear of contradiction, it's the most functional democracy. We have everything which constitutes sublimity and essence of democracy. Tell me where on the planet you have a judiciary that acts with lightning speed. Find out, you'll find none. Our judiciary has acquitted itself with lightning speed to give a new nectar to democracy. You will not get a parallel anywhere else. Where on the planet you have executive that plans big, executes big. Imagine 220 crore vaccine doses, people raising all kinds of issues, irrationally, without thought process, without believing in the nation, trying to run down a program. But we have beaten COVID. 220 crore vaccination doses. And they are digital, certified on your mobile. No country in the world can lay claim to this, including the developed West. Where to find a country which feeds 800 million people from 1st April 2020 with cereal, rice, pulse, continues to do so. Look at the gigantic scale. With one button, we have developed a mechanism where over 10 crore farmers can get direct transfer of funds. And the amount has crossed so far 2 lakh crores. There are other issues also. When I was a member of parliament, his son is a member of parliament. Sir, in 89, we used to have 50 gas connections to a member of parliament whom the member of parliament could give to anyone. And now, 150 million gas connections given to needy households. Look at the scale at which things are being executed. Still we allow people to raise a finger at our development index. Young minds have to question them by hard facts. It's our country, our achievement, our accomplishments. We can't allow these to be run down by people who may not be so motivated as most of us are. Friends, I would share my 2 thoughts with young minds, those who are in the audience here and outside also. And one is, I am Rajya Sabha chairman. By virtue of my position, I am chairman Rajya Sabha, the House of Elders, the upper house, the house that is permanent, that can't be dissolved. Now there is a model for us. Constituent Assembly engaged into debate for 3 years. Did you see any disruption? Any disturbance? Anyone going to the well? No. If our founding fathers, framers of the Constitution, could decide about constitutional issues, contentious issues, issues by nature very divisive, without shouting, without sloganeering, without engaging into disturbance, without going into the well, without challenging the chair. Why should we do it now? This temple of democracy is for dialogue, debate, discussion, deliberation. This is not for disturbance and disruption. But what I am surprised, this conduct does not evoke your response. I have not seen an editorial in any newspaper. I have not seen intelligentsia and journalists rising. I have not seen people's movement on this. How can public of this country countenance disruption in the House? Taxpayers' money in crores goes for every day's performance. Parliament is meant to hold the executive accountable, to hold the government accountable. I therefore appeal to all of you. Get in every mode of communication, social media or otherwise. Help generate an ecosystem so that purity and sanctity of temples of democracy, the parliament and legislature is not outraged. Let us have debate, dialogue, discussion and deliberation there. It's a place for free exchange of expressions. I need your support. I need support of young minds. And I know if you choose to do it, it will become a mass movement. And that is why the representatives will be held accountable. That yes, the people who send you there, the people who look up to you for performance, do not approve of disruption and disturbance. It is my unfortunate but constitutional obligation to preserve the purity of the temple of democracy. I am a very patient man. I am very persuasive. But can I fail Indian Constitution? Can I fail your aspirations? Can I shatter your dream? I will be your foot soldier. But I want you to be on the move for that. And that is something my expectation from you. Second, I am reflecting because some editorials have been written. There is a provision in the Constitution, Article 105, that this is a great privilege. A member of parliament speaks something and Constitution says 140 crore people, even if they are hurt, cannot go to court, cannot go for defamation, cannot go for criminal action. That is the privilege of expression given to a member of parliament. But is this privilege without responsibility, without accountability? Is this privilege a license to say anything on the floor of the House? No. The House has to preserve the dignity of 140 crore people so that it does not become a khada or a dumping ground for any information, unverified, allegatory, reckless, to set narratives. I have therefore made a fervent appeal. Any information can be there in the House. Full flow of information and expression will be there. That is a sense of democracy. But it comes with one tag. You must authenticate the information. You must take responsibility for the information. And if that is turned out to be wrong, we have a mechanism in Parliament breach of privilege. I want young minds to understand it. I want my journalist friends, I have seen some editorials and pained at them. They must go to the Constituent Assembly debates. They must see the global scenario. Holding up someone for breach of privilege is not throttling expression. It is throttling dumping of information which is not authenticated and which is recklessly made, misusing the platform of Parliament. I appeal to you all to think about it seriously. I'll conclude my young friends by making two simple points. We have a robust court system. Things are analyzed for high and mighty, including the Honorable Prime Minister. For 2 decades, the issue was deliberated in judicial quarters. It was thoroughly investigated at all levels. The highest court of the land, the highest court of the largest democracy, pronounced on all fronts in 2022. Finally. And we have a narrative being set afloat by a documentary. And see, some people say, this is expression. Sir, in the name of expression, can you run down my Supreme Court? Can you run down 2 decades of thorough investigation? This is playing politics the other way around. When people choose to play politics the other way around, the young minds here and outside are intellectually equipped to challenge them. There is one gentleman somewhere using some money power, he has some backers, he has some beneficiaries, he has some fiscal parasites, and they talk about our country's democracy. I have been appalled, pained. How can a sane mind compare us with a southern country, with our neighbor? I would therefore appeal to you. If you have to take this country to 2047, vindicate the trust of the founding fathers, please be on guard. Those who play politics the other way around, they need to be combated, neutralized, and they must face your rational salvos. Once again, I am happy and delighted, a moment to be ever cherished. I carry special connectivity and will be in touch ever with the Honorable Director. And when we do move into the next session, I would be extremely happy and delighted to host a group of IITians from Madras to be my guests in Delhi and see Delhi and Parliament. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for that moving message. I'm sure that many of the audiences here are resonating with the points that you have raised that touch upon the critical facets of our lives, acknowledging our work here on innovation and entrepreneurship, and also connecting these to our wider civilizational ethos and constitutional responsibilities. The phrase that you have mentioned here, sir, warriors of 2047, many of us are going to carry this phrase with us to our homes. Now, with these, I request our director, Professor V. Kamakoti, to felicitate the Honorable Vice President and Dr. Sudesh Dhankar with a token of our appreciation. This wall hanging has been handcrafted by Ms. Kaja Moideen, a weaver from Viravalanur Korai Grass Mat Weavers Society, using fine korai grass which grows on the banks of river Tamraparani in Tirunelveli district, Tamil Nadu. This is woven using the electronic jacquard handloom developed by our very own Rural Technology Action Group at IIT Madras, which is an initiative of the Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India. This jacket, sir, is made of 6 PET bottles by Ecoline, an IIT Madras alumna-led startup from Karur, Tamil Nadu. This sari, ma'am, is gifted, that has been gifted to Dr. Sudesh Dhankar, has been woven and designed by the weavers of Kanchipuram and themed with the logos of IIT Madras and colors. It's wonderful to note, sir.
I love the color of the jacket also. I'll find out why this leakage has been there from Rajya. The leakage of a secret of our lives. Also, it is your article.
The Center for Innovation is driven by its passionate students and student leaders. It is now my great joy to welcome Abhigyan Chattopadhyay, the student head of CFI, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Dear Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, and everyone present here, on behalf of the entire student community and the faculty of this institution, I would like to express our sincere gratitude towards you and towards the entire Indian government for all the support and help that has been extended towards us for the establishment and the creation of this amazing facility. Also, thank you so much for your presence at our inaugural event. It has encouraged and motivated all of us to explore our creative potential and to bring to life our innovative and creative ideas. I'd also like to thank all of the key people due to whom this entire facility has been done as amazingly as it has been. Thank you to Mr. Shankar and Mrs. Sudha Shankar for your generosity and your enthusiasm and for giving wings to our ideas, to our dreams, through this magnificent temple of innovation. We'll always be grateful to you. My heartfelt thanks to our director, Professor Kamakoti V, as well as his predecessor, Professor Bhaskar Ramurthy, during whose tenure this was started, for their guidance and their expeditment of this massive project. Thank you, Professor Mahesh Panchagnala, Dean, Alumni and Corporate Relations, for the seamless and quick execution of this amazing project, and thank you so much for enabling us to have this space. Thanks to Professor Prabhu Rajgopal, Professor Satya Sheshadri, as well as some of our past faculty advisors, Professor Bobby George, Professor Balaraman Ravindran, for being inspiring mentors and guides to all of us and for all of their contributions towards student innovation. We had been facing a severe and acute shortage of space because we were growing exponentially. This amazing facility will go a long way towards helping all of our students to go ahead and solve world problems. So you may have seen that this building has a dome on it. We like to say that this dome, this globe, is a symbol of the world, and we are trying to innovate solutions that solve problems for the world. Once again, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, our Honorable Vice President, for gracing the occasion with your presence and for inaugurating this amazing facility for students to innovate. We're truly honored and grateful for your support. Thank you so much.
here in representative capacity. Okay.
This brings us to the close of this arc of the function. In the next arc, we will have the Vice President going across to the dome, where there will be a walkthrough of innovation projects and also an interaction with the student community. So before this, I request you all to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Sir, may I request your kind pleasure to walking over to the dome region of the hub. Before that, sir, we request you to stand for a few moments by the plaque for a photo opportunity.